the love of the sport. We the real McCoys, running the full court. We in it for the love of the sport.
Ain't that right?
We the real McCoys from the AFC North. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys, running the full court. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys from the AFC North. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys, running the full court. We in it for the love of the sport.
Ain't that right?
We the real McCoys from the AFC North. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys, running the full court. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys from the AFC North. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys, running the full court. We in it for the love of the sport.
Ain't that right?
We the real McCoys from the AFC North.
Greetings! What's up and what's good? Let's do a little switcheroo here. What's up and what's good, everybody? East, West, North, South, worldwide. And welcome to All About Sports 216 with me, Keith Allen, and my man, Ed in Columbus on this Thursday evening. What's going on with you, Ed? How you doing?
Doing real well in the capital city in the Buckeye State. And as we all know, it is March Madness. The tournament has kicked off. I am wearing this Ohio State Buckeyes hat, but you know what? It's for the women because the men are in the NIT and will face Virginia Tech this Saturday.
Yeah, and tickets are still remaining. And it is on ESPN Plus.
That is correct.
Anyway, but the women do play tomorrow. They play Maine tomorrow at 12 noon, I think. Am I right?
Yes.
12 noon?
Yes.
Yep. They play Maine tomorrow. Good luck to the Lady Buckeyes. It's the season now. It's time to get it going. Make that run. Make that tournament run. Definitely. They're number 2 seed in the – what bracket they're in? They're number 2 seed. I know that. In the East?
Yeah. I think it might be the East. And I should know better, but I knew they got the 2 seed. But it might be the West because USC got the I think they're in the
USC got the number 1 in the West. I know that.
Yeah, and I think they're in the same bracket as them. So, yeah,
it'll be interesting.
I should know, but I apologize, women Buckeyes. I should be better. I should be better.
Cody McMahon gonna get you, bro.
Yes, All-American honorable mention. She is a beast, and she's good.
Yes. But so far, for those of y'all, I hope y'all ain't had no brain conniptions already. If your bracket got busted, so damn what, I don't care. I ain't even do a bracket because every time my stuff get fucked up, every time on the first day. So I just enjoy it and watch and everything. Also, shout out to Keith Dambrett.
Yes.
Former coach of LeBron James at Akron St. Vincent St. Mary when LeBron was in the 9th and 10th grade. And former coach at Akron University, and now coach at Duquesne. And Keith Dambrett will be stepping down and retiring this year at the end of Duquesne's tournament run.
Wow.
But Duquesne defeated BYU today. Their first NCAA tournament win since the year my ass was born, 1969. Imagine that.
Well, and that's the only one of all the games so far, Keith. That's the only game I got incorrect. That's the only game I got incorrect. Yeah, I should. You know what? I mad love to Kane and the Dukes for getting it done. And there's a little bit of a connection. My son's AAU coach, shout out Central Ohio Flight, and Tony Mercurio. He is friends with Keith Dambrett over at Duquesne, and they have a relationship there. So he's really excited about that. So shout out to Central Ohio Flight and Tony and everybody, and congratulations to Duquesne and the Dukes for getting it done.
Yes, definitely. Shout out, and for a wonderful career in coaching.
Yes.
He's about to let it go whenever the tournament run ends, but so far it's still going and everything. So
they're still dancing. They are still dancing.
Definitely still dancing. Honestly, and speaking of Akron, unfortunately, the Akron Zips lost to Creighton. Ain't no shame in that because Creighton good.
No, Creighton,
they're good.
No. Yeah,
I seen them handle their business against UConn when UConn was number 1.
My son has them going really far in the tournament. So he's a big Creighton fan.
Yeah, they're tough. They went to the Final 8 last year, Elite 8 last year.
Yeah.
They lost to Creighton 77-60. forward Enrique Freeman recorded another double-double, 21 and 14. He's going to be playing in the league if he comes out this year. He's going to be playing in the league. And imagine that. He's a former walk-on freshman.
Getting it done. Hey, you're developing, and that's what you want to see. That's what you want to see.
Yes. And far as other games that's going on, I don't know shit. I'm going to be honest.
We're not the people to ask.
I'm definitely not the people to ask. I mean, I'm still tripping on pro basketball and stuff, anything like that. And I might know more about the women's games tomorrow than I will about the men's games. Even though we'll see, because the women start tomorrow, and we'll see. It doesn't have the fanfare that it used to have when I was younger. I'll say that.
I always said this, as a Buckeyes fan, as somebody that, you didn't want to see the Dukes, the Kentuckys, Arizona, the Blue Bloods or whatever like that. And now college basketball is getting to the point where there's so much parity now. And now I'm kind of seeing myself as the get off my lawn guy is, I kind of wish it was back to the way that it was. There was more interest in it because you had these teams like Carolina and Kentucky and stuff, and you knew their players and they were winning, but you knew their complete team. And now you may know one or two players on each team. And I don't even say a lot of people even can say one or two players anymore. And don't quiz Keith or I, because we would probably fail that as well. So it's a different landscape, and it's these one and dones, and it's just a whole different idea to what collegiate basketball is. It's more kind of just to push the players through, and if they're good enough to get to the league, good for them. But it makes the product on the court for us fans, I can't say that it's better. I mean, you have more parity, but does that make it better? I don't know.
Because I remember back in the days where the UNLVs,
the running Rebs and Larry,
the Dukes, when Duke was definitely dominant. North Carolina. Even at times when Ohio State was pretty good during the Jim Jackson years.
Yes, and they had the Fab Five going up against.
And the Clark Kellogg years. Then you had the Fab Five. Yep. You don't have that no more in men's college basketball. It's like
they don't stick around together anymore.
No, they all come in now and down with the transfer portal and all that stuff going on too. You liable to, like I told you before a couple of weeks ago when I said all I knew of was Armando Bacot, Caleb Love, and the Enrique Freeman kid. I was watching in Cleveland State basketball. Other than that, it's a wrap for me. It's a wrap. It's definitely a wrap. But as far as the tournament goes, if your bracket goes, don't go crazy and everything. We're here to console you all and everything.
We know less than you, so feel better about that.
Yes. Also, I gotta go to my captions here. Also, like I said here, the chat lines is open. Feel free to holler at us. Whether you're doing pissed off about your bracket, whether you pissed off about the Cavs, or even if you're pissed off about the Guardians. And even if you're pissed off about the Browns acquisitions or whatever, feel free to holler at us.
Or Keith, maybe they're not pissed off and they just want to say something good. They just want to say something
because I know I'm not pissed off.
Yeah.
I'm not pissed off about the Browns acquisitions. Now, the Guardians, I'm not even really pissed off. It's just the Guardians' way.
It's part of
and I'm not surprised. Yes. And on Foreplay Role Play later on, it's going to be interesting. Speaking of the Guardians. But anyway, we're going to go far as to the Cavaliers and everything. I gotta erase something on here real quick. Cavaliers struggles. There we go. The Cavs. How can I say this in a nice way?
You don't have to be nice. You don't have to be.
No, they gotta be nice because sometimes people are like, see, Keith, that's why your podcast ain't up with everybody else. And also, I forgot to tell y'all, also, our podcast is also available on Spotify as well.
Oh.
Yes. But anyway, but then I would tell you all this first. Also, I got to do this. Subscribe to the Alan Viz Media 2 YouTube channel. Got to put that scrolling back there. Subscribe to the Alan Viz Media YouTube channel. But now we're going to talk about the Cavaliers, the Cleveland Cavaliers, who lost a heartbreaker last night to the Miami Heat. They lost 107 to 104, if I ain't mistaken. 107 to 104. Jimmy Butler scored 30. Whew. And you know what? It's sad because it wasted another gallant effort by Jared Allen. 25 and 20.
Damn.
And you know what? He has the thankless job, if you really think about it. Because only time we talk about Jared Allen for real, is if somebody out physicals him or something like that.
Right.
But Jared Allen, today you're getting your flowers from me. You played a hell of a game. Unfortunately,
not everybody did.
Unfortunately, I'm just gonna say this.
Say it.
I don't really have no high hopes for the Cavs in the playoffs this year.
You're not alone.
I mean, honestly, because you don't know really the Donovan Mitchell situation with his knee and his nose now. Evan Mobley, who knows when he's coming back. Matt Strus, who knows when he's coming back. And Dean Wade just all of a sudden went into the Bermuda Triangle all of a sudden. Nobody knows when he's coming back.
Yeah.
And the Cavs have been playing inconsistent basketball really ever since the All-Star break.
Yeah, and I was afraid. They were playing so well up until that point, and when it kind of hit, I thought, darn it! I sometimes teams need to get to the All-Star break and limp there, and then regroup and refocus. That wasn't the case with this Cavaliers team, and then you come off being hot, and then you lose to Orlando, you lose to Philadelphia, kind of sets the tone. And these injuries, they're just not going away. It's making it it's compounding it and making it even worse. And, this Cavs team, it's like we keep talking about it. And every time we come on every week, it's the same old thing, basically. It's injuries. It's finding the right guys. It's guys not playing well one night. And it's not just one or two, but sometimes it's 3 or 4 guys not playing well, and then you got the Jared Allens, doing what they do, and it's just like you said, a wasted effort there, and it's just very frustrating. And they're holding on to that number 3 seed, but I don't know much longer if they can hold off the Knicks, and it's gonna be tight and close, and I don't know.
Because 2 things. The Knicks are kind of in the same situation as the Cavs because you don't know what it's going to be of Julius Randle. And OG Anunoby is hurt again, too. But with the Knicks, they stay consistent to
they have an identity.
They are.
They have an identity. I'm glad you said that, because no matter what with their injuries, they don't have to, refine who they are. They know who they are. They're a tough team. They're going to, get rebounds, play physical, and they stick to that script. And yes, it helps when they got all their horses. But at the same time, it's like with this Cavs team, it's like depending on the personnel, they change how they play. And that's kind of cool that they can do that and be a chameleon and change. But at the same time, sometimes I think they fool themselves a little bit.
And it's really nothing consistent with the Cavs. Considerations. It's like you never know who's playing next. Like Porter Jr. shown should be a regular part of the rotation, especially since he's a backup point guard. And the part that really annoys me is when the Cavs go to a lineup where they'll have LeVert as the point guard, Okoro, Niang, whoever else, but you don't find time to play Craig Porter Jr., and he's a point guard. And I just be like, what in the world are we doing? JB, make it make sense. And everybody will say, oh, well, we're in the 3rd seed, and we're what's the name? That's only because you won 18 of 20. In a stretch where people are starting to use excuse for injuries as an excuse, where if it had been the Cleveland Browns, people would have ripped that team apart.
That's
if
right.
If they would have lost to Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh didn't have Najee Harris, and we lost to them, they would have tore the Browns apart. They'd have been Browns' new asshole. But with the Cavaliers, they're injured and all that. Darius Garland, that was all-star. Jared
Yeah.
this year, and some back. You got Marcus Morris, who will supply another physical edge to the team that the team doesn't have, and it's like an inconsistent effort every week. Remember last week when I told you what was going to happen last week with the Cavs on their road trip? I didn't know too much about what they was going to do against New Orleans. They ended up blowing New Orleans out, and so I said, watch they lay an egg against Houston.
Yeah, they
Guess
did.
what? They laid an egg. And I said,
Yeah.
they're going to lay an egg against Houston, but they're going to play Indiana because Indiana done dusted them twice. What happened?
They dusted them.
And now, yesterday, they played Miami. But if this team would have played consistent to the energy they showed in the fourth quarter to get the lead, Miami wouldn't have had a chance against them.
It's frustrating, Keith. It's very frustrating.
Very frustrating. And I'm like, JB, what? After a while, when people say, "Oh, well, we didn't have the energy and stuff,"
I hate that excuse.
Really?
That's your job. It's your. You know when the games are played. They have the schedule come out. You know you're playing this team at this time, this team at this time. Don't tell me you're not up for the game. What are you doing before the games that you're not up for it? Then there's only 82 regular season games, and I know it may seem like a long, grueling schedule for you prima donna players out there, but at the same time, that excuse, look, we're regular folks. We wake up Monday through Friday, go to our regular jobs, and you know what I'm saying? So you play basketball. Don't tell me you're not up for it. I don't want to hear that.
And it's like, I'm going to say the Cavs are not there where they could just coast. And then
they
the fourth quarter. Then the fourth quarter and decide, oh, now we want to win the game and everything. Yeah. They're not that good enough, because if you look at the Cavs right now, if the season's over today, they'll play Indiana.
That's a tough one.
That's a tough one. Because can you honestly tell me, can outcoach Rick Carlisle?
No. No.
And Garland execute in late game situations.
That is a definite no. Unfortunately, it's unfortunate.
Because Darius Garland is a mystery to me, because here it is. He's talented, which annoys me. He's talented and everything. But with Donovan Mitchell being out, we should be getting a little more from Darius.
He's a max player. Why not?
Because think about this. When Darius was out, Donovan was giving us 35,
he was winning games. He was winning
and we was winning games. Darius, it's been like a roller coaster. One day he'll ball out, then the next day he'll have 13, 14 points. Yeah. And where Darius, it's like, with Donovan being out, dude, you got to get me 25.
Yeah.
With Donovan being out, you got to get me 25 to 30. Because think about this. Mobley's out. Allen has done everything. When we lose, I can't even criticize Allen, because every time when the Cavs do lose, Allen has a double-double.
Allen's a better fit on the Cavs team than Evan Mobley is.
Yes, I was about to get to that too.
I mean...
And honestly, when playoff time comes, and if Mobley does come back, it might be that come to Jesus talk for the rest of this season, where it'd be like, Evan, we're going to need you to come off the bench and be the center off the bench. Be the sixth man, because when Evan Mobley's in the game with Allen, the game slows down and the middle becomes congested. And since Mobley hasn't really developed anything offensively, it defeats the purpose of having them both out there.
Because he can't draw his defender out, because they're not afraid of him doing anything long range. That's the you don't even have a mid range, I guess, at this point. If you're going to argue.
And see, when people are saying, "Oh, Evan must start shooting the three and everything," and I kept saying, people looked at me like I was crazy. I kept saying, no, he should get like a 15-foot jump shot,
Yeah.
15 to 19.
Even Hot Rod Williams developed a little 18-footer,
Yes.
15-footer. Larry Nance.
Larry Nance had that.
Yeah.
Terry Cummins had that.
Yes.
Let me see. Recently players, LaMarcus Aldridge had
Thank you.
that.
Yes.
If he could do that, then everything else will open up. But
yes.
And then Evan Mobley's moves are undefined, where he doesn't really know what he's going to do when he has the ball.
Very raw.
Yeah. Where even you see his brother Isaiah's definitive. Even though he don't get that much playing time, he's along much faster offensively than Evan Mobley is.
I agree.
And like with Jared Allen knows who he is as a basketball player.
Right. And he knows how he fits in on this team. And, even before they got Donovan Mitchell, the year that they got into the playoff or play-in or whatever like that, and they lost to Brooklyn and they lost to Atlanta or whatever like that. But they seemed like a team it seemed like the chemistry between Darius Garland and Jared Allen and everybody, it seemed like it was such good. And then you bring in Donovan Mitchell and, you got this prolific scorer. But like to your point now, we don't have Donovan Mitchell. He's hurt. So why is this Cavs team struggling with Garland? And not like Allen was struggling last night, but it's like to your point, why is Garland these ups and downs, because, before Donovan Mitchell, it wasn't that way and they were developing together with chemistry. Now, all of a sudden, they just can't have chemistry. It makes no sense to me.
It doesn't. And I hate to say this because I'm not about people getting fired and losing their jobs, but it ain't gonna spell good for JB either.
He gets bounced in the first round. I think that could be trouble.
And I mean, I don't know, because their play, it's like right now, this is the sprint to the finish line now. Yeah. And it's like the Cavs sometimes don't have the urgency. And
they're the most difficult team to figure out.
Yeah, they got me perplexed. And losing games like last night to Miami Heat is why people say, well, the national media doesn't take us seriously.
Well, that's why.
This is why. When you lose to the Philadelphia 76ers without Joe Embiid, when you lose to the New York Knicks without 4 of their starters, when you lose to Miami, wasn't no Bam Adebayo last night, wasn't no Tyler Hero last night, it wasn't no Duncan Robinson last night, and they're on the road.
That's the thing, you got to win your home game still.
And they done lost 3 straight at home, matter of fact, I think, if I'm not mistaken. When you do that, no one is going to take you seriously. They're going to look at you as, like they would say back in the days, as a tease.
Yes.
They'll do all this and all that, but they ain't really about nothing for real.
Right. They don't want that smoke. Is the kids
the Cavaliers are a cute story, but they really, when it comes time to the playoffs, they ain't going to want that smoke. They ain't trying to do nothing for real.
Even if they want it, they can't handle it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, they just playing and everything. That's what the national media thinks about the Cavaliers. Because think about this. When I watch NBA Today, they don't talk about the Cavs. When I watch ESPN, they don't talk about the Cavs.
Well,
when I watch FS1, they don't talk about the Cavs. They talk about Milwaukee, Boston. Shit. They talk about the Lakers and the Phoenix Suns.
They talk about the Knicks before they talk about the Cavs.
They talk about the Golden State Warriors, and them teams are barely over 500. They don't talk about the Cavs, and this is why.
It's true.
Until the Cavs take themselves seriously, the league or the national folks aren't going to take them seriously. And see, now we're at a point of the schedule where the Cavs got to go to Minnesota. And Minnesota's smarting off that loss.
Yeah, they're not happy about that.
Yeah, they're smarting off that loss to Cleveland. We will go where he got fined all that money last time.
Yeah, they don't
fined
like to
$100K.
Yeah.
Yeah, they go to Minnesota, and the Cavs go to, let's see, and they go back to Miami for a rematch against the Heat. So what makes you think I got any confidence in the Cavs winning one of these 2 games, or if not both? But if I was to tell you Cavs will probably play well in Minnesota and lose, or play well in Minnesota or closely lose or win, and they'll probably get blown out by Miami.
They'll get smoked in Miami. They're gonna get smoked in Miami. Yep.
And it's like this trend can't continue because it's not looking good heading into the postseason. Think about it, it's only 14 games left.
Jeez.
Season and went quick. 13 games left. The Cavs are 43-26. And third, gasping.
They are
gasping. They right barely ahead of the New York Knicks. And the Knicks are coming.
What did you think about, speaking of the Minnesota Timberwolves and the team we're going to play next, that dunk by Ant Edwards?
Amazing.
Wow.
Amazing. To be honest, he's the closest thing to Jordan, for real, that I've seen. He's the closest thing to Jordan. Because to me, everybody used to compare LeBron to Jordan, but I thought LeBron was more like Magic.
Yeah, more of a facilitator and can get everybody involved.
And get everybody involved in the game and stuff like that. But Anthony Edwards, oh my God, that dude, that dude's like Michael Jordan and Vince Carter rolled up into one fabulous blunt.
No way now.
That dude is nasty. Nasty. And you got to think about Minnesota. And the reason why you got to take them seriously in the West is because they do play defense.
That's true.
And they're long.
Yeah.
They're long. When you got Jaden McDaniel, he about 6'10", 6'11". And you got Naz Reid.
Yep.
Then Karl Anthony Towns whenever he gets healthy. Along with Rudy Gobert, who's the defensive player of the year, hands down.
Yeah.
They're a tough task. Now, there'll be a tough task in the West. I'm going to be honest. Now, I don't think they can beat Denver, but I think they can beat everybody else.
That's the thing. I think you're right about that.
I don't think they can beat Denver, but I definitely think they can beat everybody else. OKC, they're good, but right now they're still a little green right now.
Yeah.
They're
fun, though. They are fun to watch.
They are fun, yes.
Yeah.
They are fun. But then Denver then caught their stride again. See, this is what the Cavs should be doing, what Denver is doing.
Yeah. But
now Denver's number one in the West.
But Denver had an identity, and they won things. And one thing about you talk about with this Cavs team is, all we've had, we win a lot of games, and that's the one thing. But we haven't really developed an identity, and with these injuries and things, it's just like, I don't know. It's like it's just not one thing or the other. It's like 5 million things, and to get them all aligned in the next 14 games and then the playoffs, that doesn't make for an easy task.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. And like I said, I'm not in love with the idea of people losing their jobs and getting fired and stuff like that. But if the Cavs don't get it together in the playoffs this year and at least get to the second round, they can get to the second round and get beat by Milwaukee, beat by Boston.
Right,
Hell,
Boston.
They can get to the second round and get beat by New York. And there won't be no shame in that.
Get to the second round.
But you better not be getting put out by Orlando.
Yeah.
You better not be getting put out by Indiana. And just hope they don't get the Miami Heat in the first round or Philadelphia. Because Joe Embiid has started practicing.
I want your honest, as of right now, as of March 21st, no matter who we play in the first round, whether it be Orlando, Miami, whoever, in Indiana, I think it's going 7 games anyways. I don't think we can beat a team. Do you think we can actually beat a team in 5 or 6? I don't know.
Cavs don't have that mental makeup.
I mean, we would win the 7th game, I think, maybe because it's at home. But
I will say this. If Donovan Mitchell was 100%,
right, it'd be something
they possibly could.
Yeah.
But besides Donovan Mitchell and maybe besides Marcus Morris and besides Tristan, that players has been in the trenches in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Rest of the Cavs think this is Disneyland.
Yeah. It's the teacups. They think they're on the teacups or something.
Yeah, exactly. They don't have that makeup, and especially if Donovan ain't out there. They definitely don't have that makeup. It will be interesting.
Tune in. It's fun.
Yes, tune
hopefully.
in. 13 more games to go.
Yeah. Hey.
Where the ball stops, no one knows.
Oops.
Anyway, we're going to go on a better subject, we're going to go to the Cleveland Browns.
Okay.
The Cleveland Browns officially added 2 more pieces. Well, really, actually 1 piece, but really 2 pieces because the 1 piece didn't sign officially till yesterday. They added backup quarterback Jameis Winston and running back, which I said they needed another running back, Deontay Foreman, which caught me off guard.
Yeah.
Ed, what you think
Well,
about both those acquisitions?
Well, I'm glad Jameis is signed and got that over with. We knew he's going to be, eat those W's. He seems like a great locker room guy, and from what the interviews that he's doing, he seems like a fun guy. So that's good. He throws for a lot of yards, and like I said, he's equivalent to a younger Flacco, which he's going to throw the ball over the yard. So
they're the same person for real. Just an age difference. That's it.
Yeah, and not only that too. Like I said, every year the locker room. It might be the same team, but it's not the same team. And, Flacco had his magic last year, but to duplicate it or expect him to duplicate it this year if needed, I'm saying that's a tall task. Bringing a guy like Jameis who has a different dynamic, who every year the locker room needs a little spark. And I think that he's a fun addition to it. So I'm kind of excited to see that. Hopefully he doesn't have to play because let's be real, I want Deshaun playing. That's the whole point of paying a franchise quarterback. So hopefully he doesn't have to play. He's fun with the locker room, and that's as far as it goes. But the running back that we got from the Chicago Bears, I'm really excited. I'm really excited about him, and here's why. I didn't really know much about him. I'm not going to lie. I could say here, no, I know so much about this, that. But just looking at his stats and looking at his average yard per carry, 4.5, 4.2, 4, you're looking at these numbers, and they're Kareem Hunt-esque, and he doesn't have the wear and tear that Kareem Hunt had. He's got more juice in his step, and I think he's going to be a welcome addition to this Browns running back room. And like I said, and it buys more time for one Nick Chubb to get healthy and to do his thing. So I think it's a great pickup, and especially for the price. So kudos to Andrew Berry for recognizing that, because we've been saying this on All About Sports 216 for the last couple of weeks about how the Browns need to get better at the wide receiver position. They did that with Jerry Jeudy, and now they're doing it with the running back position. So I'm happy for it. I'm really, really happy.
Yes, and they also signed another sneaky move. They also signed quarterback Tyler Huntley, formerly of the Ravens. Now, what is the plan? Because now you got 4 quarterbacks on your roster. And I never heard of a team keeping 4.
No. Does this mean DTR? I don't know, because you draft. Look, I don't think any GM wants to get rid of somebody that they drafted even, after a year or two. I'm saying? That's their guy, and it kind of, I'm saying? They're very they're ego driven too. You pick somebody, that's my guy, and I get that. I like Tyler Huntley. I don't know if it has anything to do with Deshaun's shoulder. I don't know. I know there's speculation that, but I don't think so. I really don't. I mean, we're so far away still, and Deshaun has plenty of time to be ready. And
we're 6 months actually from.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't.
First
I don't
game.
Think,
so hey,
if Deshaun's not ready by the season start, then there's bigger issues then. So I don't. There's nothing to indicate that there are bigger issues. So I don't think it's that. I think honestly, maybe Andrew Berry said, look, we had so many injuries last year. And you know what? I know I have too many quarterbacks or will have too many quarterbacks, but isn't it better to have that problem than it is to have the problem that they had last year? And I think that's what it comes down to. And if you can get Tyler Huntley for it was veterans minimum. It wasn't like, you know what I'm saying? Veterans minimum. It's like we talk about Fields going to the Steelers for a 6th-round pick and how it was for nothing. Well, if you get Tyler Huntley, who's a Pro Bowl quarterback who took the Ravens to the playoffs, and you can get him and steal him and take him out of a division rival like the Baltimore Ravens, have his knowledge. He's capable of showing that he can win games in the NFL. And you get him for the league veterans minimum. It's a no-brainer. Hey, if we have too many quarterbacks come June or July or whatever like that, guess what? You just get rid of them. But when you don't have quarterbacks, you got to find them. So I would rather have the problem of getting rid of somebody than it is to find somebody. So, no, I don't blame the Browns for if this is an overreaction. Well, after last year, hey, why not have this kind of overreaction? Because it didn't cost you anything.
Because you think about it with Andrew Berry's history, only thing he hasn't really got right was the wide receiver. But, I mean, and honestly, that's drafting. But far as trades, Andrew Berry is like A+.
Yeah,
he's like A+ trades.
Somebody told me, He makes up. Somebody
Drafting
told me
is
this about
sketchy.
AP. He makes Andrew Berry makes up for his draft picks with his great trades. That's what they
Yes,
say.
he does. He does. And I will say this. He learned last year he knows, and all that. This is what I said a couple weeks ago, or last week or whatever, with the Flacco thing, when I said the Browns know that they got lucky last year. Because that usually when you lose your number one guy, you're 4-13.
That's a wrap.
You're 5-12.
Yes.
You're 3-14. Hell, shit, the whole organization might transform after that year.
That's true. That's true.
But this year, and think about this. Barry did the same thing with the defensive line last year. 2 years ago, when the defensive line was Swiss cheese. He addressed the defensive line last year, and he did it this year. This year is the quarterbacks, because he knows that, and with this schedule, which will be a lot more challenging this year, because you got the NFC East and the AFC West. So that means you have to see Mahomes. You got to see Herbert. You got to see Dak. You got to see Jalen Hurts. And whoever Washington is going to throw out their quarterback. And they also got to see Miami this year.
They got a tough schedule.
Yeah, they do. They do. They do. And honestly, this year will be a year where 11-6 might win the AFC.
See, you're right. I'm glad you said that, because people are saying about how come they don't win the division. And it always seems like when the Browns have a good year, there's always teams like Baltimore that win 13 when you won 11. This could have been, but I think next year you got Cincinnati coming back with Burrow. You got the Ravens will have a tougher schedule because they finished first, so they're gonna have a really tough schedule as well. And you got the Browns having a tough schedule because they finished second. So I think you're right. I think 11 or 12 wins will win. I don't think it's going to be 13, 14 to get it done. I think it's going to be.
And then you got to survive. Then you got to survive the bloodbath, which is the AFC North. You got to deal with Joe Burrow twice. Now you got to deal with Russell Wilson or Justin Fields twice.
Yep.
Lamar Jackson twice.
Yeah, he's pretty good. I heard he's your guy. I heard too.
Yeah, he's a pretty good guy.
Yeah,
pretty good guy and everything. So I mean, it's going to be a gauntlet this upcoming football season. It's going to be, and I think 11-6, 10-7 might even win the division for real, because we're going to be beating each other up.
I like it. I like it
too, and everything. Also, I didn't even finish with that. The Browns also hired.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Local guy.
Yes.
And I know you know this guy.
I know this guy.
Tell everybody.
That would be one Mike Vrabel from the Ohio State University via Tennessee Titans, via, he's been all around. But for him to come in and be a consultant or whatever position that he's going to have and title and roles, I think that's kind of, going to be worked out between Stefanski and Barry. But you're bringing a mind like Mike Vrabel. It can't be a bad thing. And I'm excited about it. And being a Buckeye, and, he's from Northeast Ohio. So, coming home.
And he has that winner's mentality.
He does. He's
tough, too. He's Patriots tough. And I think, because, the Brown, I guess the players graded the coaches and everything, and Stefanski came in 28th.
Yeah, I know. Kind of low.
Yeah. So Vrabel will add to that. Because I guess Vrabel can, there's one thing about the Browns now. Before they was all pure analytical guys.
Now they're bringing football guys.
Now they're bringing football guys into the fold.
Yes.
Think about it. It's analytical. So out goes, what's the defensive coordinator name before? Woods? Joe Woods?
Yeah, Joe Woods. Yeah.
Bring a football guy in, Schwartz.
Yep.
Now this year, bring a football guy in, Vrabel.
Yep. I think Dorsey's a football guy too. I think for as much as Dorsey gets, knocked up on,
Dorsey's a football guy too.
Because he's a guy's guy. Like, I remember when he was at Miami, and then he went to, when he played and stuff like that. Like he never threw the nicest ball, but he always knew where the ball should go. That was his style. If Ken Dorsey could actually throw the football physically and actually throw it nice like Patrick Mahomes, he was smart. Like he knew where to go with the ball. He just the delivery.
He just couldn't get it there.
He just couldn't get it there. Colt McCoy was the same way. right. He had that
Right.
noodle arm. He just couldn't get it there.
Right. And you got to think. So the Browns' brain trust
Yeah.
is evolving.
It's shifting. It's shifting.
Yes.
It's evolving. Yeah.
It's evolving. And I like it. I definitely like it. But we're going to move right along. And unfortunately, now this is what we got to do. But first, I'm gonna go like this. Also, if you're watching ESPN Plus and you don't want to watch no NCAA basketball and you want to watch some exciting women's basketball, tonight you can watch the CSU Lady Vikings as they take on Toledo in Toledo tonight at 7 p.m. on ESPN Plus.
Perfect.
And hopefully the refs don't blunder the Lady Vikings like they blundered on Garfield Heights in the high school basketball.
Tell us about that, Key. What happened? What happened there?
Okay.
Yeah.
Garfield Heights was playing Toledo Whitmer.
Okay.
And apparently a player fouled out on Toledo Whitmer.
Okay.
But somehow was allowed to come back in. And he had something to do with the game-winning bat. I don't know if he made the game-winning shot or whatever and stuff.
He shouldn't have been in the game. Is that
he shouldn't have been in the game? He shouldn't have been in the game. And Garfield Heights lost a heartbreaking loss, 49-47 to Toledo Whitmer. Which, man, I thought Garfield Heights was going downstate.
Now, did they protest that at all, or did it do anything?
Yeah, they did. I don't know if they protest, but I know it was some stuff. And I know the OHSA said the game is going to stand as is.
Oh, I hate when that.
Yeah,
they never change. You can. That's what I always say. People say cheaters never win, or I'm not saying he cheat. I'm not saying that was. I don't know. But
when you think about it, they always seem to win. In Toledo, and Garfield Heights was in Toledo.
See, that's just kind of
when they had to play Whitmer. They was at Savage Hall.
Yeah. Look at Michigan. Look at the Houston Astros. Look at Toledo Whitmer. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's like there's never punished. They get their title. They win the games. And
I actually thought this was going to be the year for Garfield Heights because man,
that's where Michi Johnson went, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Michi Johnson went there. Sonny, the coach.
Sonny, the coach. Yeah, the Sonny.
Yes. Yeah. And he also was a Cleveland State alumnus too. Then he transferred to OU. Sonny is there, and his brother was doing amazing things at Warrensville too.
Michi. Okay.
He's doing amazing things. He's the coach of Warrensville, and this was his first year. And Warrensville went pretty far too. But that's a heartbreaker. And that's a heartbreaker. And I actually thought they was going to win it.
Oh, that's hard.
I thought they was going to win the states. Because, man.
That's a life lesson. Life isn't fair, I guess.
Unfortunately. But anyway, like I said before that, we're going to go into something else that might not be so damn amusing right now. Well, the Garfield Heights stuff ain't amusing. I ain't even got a thing for the Guardians. That's it. Okay, there we go. Cleveland Guardians spring training. As you know, the baseball regular season started yesterday as the Los Angeles Dodgers and the San Diego Padres started the season in Seoul, Korea.
Who won that game?
Well, I know the Dodgers won the night
before. That's right.
Yeah, that's okay. And the Padres won today. They won 15-11.
Okay.
Slugfest. Mookie Betts had 6 RBIs.
Oh, wow.
And he's now the shortstop.
I saw that he's playing short now. Wow, that's what an athlete he is. He is such a great athlete.
He is the man. And think about this. Just imagine if you're a pitcher and you got to face the Dodgers, and your 2, 3, and 4 is Betts, Ohtani, and Freeman. Betts, Ohtani, and Freeman.
That's pretty good.
And it's some encouraging signs with Shohei Ohtani also. It's a possibility that he may play the field during the season.
Oh, wow. Okay. After that injury. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's not pitching this year at all, is he?
Oh, no.
I didn't think so. Obviously not. No. Do you think he'll pitch again, or do you think he'll never pitch again? What do you think?
He's going to pitch next year, but
okay.
A matter of how long he will pitch.
That's what I'm wondering. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
I say if I was a betting man and I don't bet, I say he probably might pitch about 2 years.
That's kind of what I was thinking. That's kind of my range
2
with
years.
that.
And it's crazy because that dude nasty on the mound.
I know.
When he's right, he is right.
Yeah.
Actually, he'd be a hell of a closer, to be
That's
honest.
what I was gonna ask you that. Do you think maybe instead of being a starter that he just prolongs it, but because then he only has to go an inning, he doesn't have to go every day. He kind of can,
See,
you know.
Now you're coming to not.
I know where
now
you're Tristan. I
coming
know
on
where
the
you're going.
boat because that's what I think of Tristan McKenzie.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
That's exactly what I think of Tristan McKenzie, and
Yeah.
that could be in Ohtani's future
Okay.
closing. Honestly, because I don't know. Starting,
That's a lot of wear and tear. That's a lot.
yes. But then LA also paying a goose
They paid him a lot
$700
of
million,
money.
but he deferred a lot of it. So
He did.
that's the team player. Because I ain't gonna lie to you.
You want your money, man.
I ain't deferring shit.
Fair enough.
I ain't deferring a damn thing. Fuck that.
Nah.
Where these organizations back off of you so quick. Hell no, I ain't deferring. But that's an honorable thing Ohtani did. He's
Yeah.
interested in winning, but being playing for the team across town,
It's true.
that would do it to you.
Yeah.
That would do
Well, that's
it to
true.
you.
But yeah, you're right. He's had some experiences. He's like, I don't want to be a loser again. So,
And I'm gonna say this: Los Angeles Angels should free Mike Trout, but I don't think Mike Trout wants
I don't
to
think he
go.
wants. I know that's the thing. I don't think he has that in him. It's kind of
But
weird.
they owe that to him.
Yeah.
They
I
owe
think
it
if he
to him.
went and said, yeah, if he went and said, I want out of here, don't you think Artie Moreno would just, I mean, I don't know. That's a weird.
They owe that to Trout. Don't you want to see him playing for the Yankees?
No, I don't. I don't.
I
Nice
do.
try.
I do.
I think it'd be good. I think it'd be good for baseball.
Or I'll even
think-
be fair. I'll even be fair. Even though I know the Dodgers will never do this.
Yeah.
I could see him going to his hometown team, the Philadelphia Phillies.
That
With
would
him
be
and
fun.
Bryce Harper. That would be fun. Except when they face the Yankees.
You know, I'll be honest with you, and I hate to say this as a Guardians fan, and it's like, but honestly, with the Yankees and what they have with Soto and things, I'd kind of like to see him play for the Red Sox, make that rivalry kind of back a little bit. I know you don't want to,
Hell
No.
no.
fair
Fuck
enough.
no.
Or the Blue Jays. How about the Blue Jays?
I can do the Blue Jays.
Okay. Or the Orioles. I want to put them in the
The
AL
Orioles.
East. I don't want them in the Central. I don't want them in the Central.
I can do the Orioles, not Boston. Let Boston
Okay. All right. Fair.
at the bottom of the standings in the AL East because
Okay.
the Boston people are pissed too,
Yeah.
just like we're pissed here in Cleveland, where the Guardians have sent down 2 players. Even though in a way I can understand the one, but I can't understand this other one.
Yeah.
But I can understand them sending Chase DeLauder down because he hasn't played but really 5 or 6 games in AA.
It's good enough for me.
You say bring him up.
I'm not
You
used
say
to
bring his
like
ass
Cleveland,
up.
the guy. He has a Cleveland Guardians uniform on, right? And he's hitting the ball. I'm not used to that. Sorry.
And I'm saying to myself, they can't possibly put that outfield that they had out there last year again out there. And then the other head scratching move, which I'm really pissed off about, Kyle Manzardo.
Right.
These are the 2 dudes I've heard about all spring training doing damage with the bats.
Yeah.
And you're sending them down to Columbus.
He should be ready by now. They made that trade last year and they said, we're doing this for the
Yes.
future. And you know what I'm saying? All he did was come into spring and tear the cover off the ball. And that's not good enough. I mean, what are we doing? Okay.
Like I said, and this is why they just say, see, Keith, this is why you won't get there because you're too hard on the Guardians. And you're a Yankee fan at that. But I do want to see the Guardians win.
Right.
I do want to see the Guardians win. And I mean, honestly, really, think about this. After opening day, ain't nobody coming down to that damn stadium except on Dollar Dog Night.
That's so true.
Because you only got, let's see, you going to go see the brothers Naylor and Jose?
Yeah. I mean, they're nice, but they're not, I don't know. I don't know.
And on top of that,
The
honestly,
weather kind of sucks in Cleveland in April, by the way. Just saying.
like I said, they play the Yankees in April here.
I know. The 12th, 13th,
Who
and
the
14th.
Whoever did the schedule need. Why schedule the Yankees in April where ain't nobody coming down there?
Well, maybe that's what they're thinking because nobody's coming down there. Maybe they'll get a little bit more than what they would have had because that's the only thing I can think of.
The only thing I like what Major League Baseball did, well, the Guardians did, was when they switched the games in April from 7 o'clock to 6 o'clock.
And they moved them up. So
I love the 6 o'clock games.
So do I. I do too.
And truthfully, I think they should just keep it like that.
Keep them at. I agree.
Just keep it like that. But you sent Kyle Manzardo down just for some time. I mean, hell, you ain't gonna re-sign him anyway.
You're gonna be a Yankee someday anyway. Might as well.
Exactly. Yeah. It's gonna be a Yankee or you're gonna be a Brave or something.
Yeah,
like
right.
That.
So
Well, exactly. I mean, what? And the thing is, the Guardians keep shoving down these fans' throats. Oh, we're playing for the future. Oh, we got these prospects. But they do dumb shit like this every year.
This might be the last year Bieber anyways with us. What? Don't waste it.
It is the last year of Bieber.
Yeah,
Trust me.
Yeah,
Trust me. Because and actually it's like you can't take the Guardians seriously as they're trying to win. Because to be honest, I'm gonna say this. The Guardians haven't really tried to win since 2018.
Correct.
Or 2017, 2018.
Right.
They really haven't tried to win since then. The year that they did win the division 2 years ago, they fell upon that. Because that doesn't normally happen, where all the young guys just happen to produce. Because right now, can you tell me who the starting shortstop is for the Guardians?
No. No.
Can you tell me who's the starting center fielder for the Guardians?
I mean, I think it's going to be Miles Straw. I think.
I'm sick already.
Yeah.
I'm sick already. Sorry for being disrespectful, Casey, but I'm sick already on that.
Yeah.
And I know Quan going to be in left, and who's going to be in right?
I mean, if you listen
to Ramon Laureano.
Yep. $5 million, right? Or something like that.
This makes me sick.
Me
and
too.
Think about this. You could have had an outfielder, Stephen Kwan, Nolan Jones, and Will Benson.
We got Brennan. Anybody?
Brennan's okay, but Brennan...
I know, he's a platoon guy.
He's okay, but he's a platoon guy. He's like a fourth outfielder and everything.
Yes.
And I ain't going to really knock Brennan. At least he can hit the ball.
Yeah, that's true.
But you could have had that outfield, and Brennan could have been your fourth outfield.
I know, that's the thing. Yes, you're right.
But now you gave away Nolan Jones for a bag of baseballs.
Yep.
You gave away Will Benson to charity.
Yeah.
Like, we just got to like that. And to be honest, Antonetti and them done dropped the ball plenty of times for this team.
Yeah, it's kind of like Andrew Berry's draft picks, if you think about it. I mean, it's kind of like it's
Worse.
not as yeah. Well, but you're right in the fact that because the Guardians don't produce hitters, and then when you actually have 2 or 3 of them, and you got rid of the 2 or 3 of them, it is worse from us. Yeah,
sucks. Sucks.
Well, that's just a fun segment of Cleveland Guardians spring training talk.
But I will tell y'all next week we will have a Major League preview. Next week we'll have a Major League preview. Well, you get your teams in order of finish in each division, and I'll
and you'll say Yankees are winning it all. Yes, we know.
Of course. Okay, of course.
The evil empires on top.
Yes, of course. Baltimore, we're coming for you. Anyway, so real quick, we're going to go to foreplay role play. It's that time of the show where it's foreplay role play, where even though you might not hear from the players, you're going to hear from them today.
Channeling through us. We're going to get them right through us.
Their spirit is coming through us.
Yes, right.
Now, who wants to be the first person? You want to go first, Ed?
I want to go first. Tell me who I got to be.
Ed, you're Jose Ramirez.
Well, he doesn't speak English, so am I allowed to speak English?
You're Jose and the interpreter.
Okay, fair enough. All right. That's fair.
Jose.
C.
Had you known that your team was still going to be cheap, and you really saved them $100 million. You gave them really the family discount. Would you have still re-signed with the Guardians?
See, senor, and here's why. When I signed the contract, I meant what I said about being in Cleveland and taking the hometown discount because, I said that how many millions do you have to have? Signing a contract over, $100 million, whether it's over 100 or over 200 million, that's more money than I'm ever going to spend in my life. It also gives me the opportunity to give back to my homeland of the Dominican Republic. That is correct, right? C. So yes, I would still done it. And when you say the Guardians are cheap, I don't buy that. I think that you look at our minor league system, and we're bringing up players, and we were competitive 2 years ago. We won 90 some games, won the division. We have to get better later on in the season, and that's something I got a little bit injured with my hand, and my production fell off a little bit. That ain't gonna happen again. But we bring in the right pieces, and just be patient with us because, it was a 7-year deal that I signed, and year 2 or 3 of it. So I don't see this team falling off, and we have plenty of arms and pitching, and the hitters. All we got to do is settle a few positions, and we'll be right in the thick of things. And no, I love Cleveland, and I would have signed that deal regardless.
Now, what will be your answer if they trade Shane Bieber, and they trade Emmanuel Clase?
2 great teammates of mine. I don't want them going anywhere, especially not this year, because I think we have a World Series to win. But our front office has shown that we are able to rebuild and compete at the same time, something that other teams don't do, something that we have to do in Cleveland. That's one of the reasons why I took the discount that I did, because it was an opportunity for us to rebuild and compete at the same time. I think the haul that we would get for Bieber, we could get a major league player that's ready, but also get some prospects as well. I think with Clase, I think we could do the same thing where you could get maybe a major league ready player and some prospects. So, and it all comes down to us. You know what? I don't want that to happen. So we're going to do what we do on the field, win ball games, and make it very difficult for Chernoff and Antonetti to have to make the moves that we as Clevelanders, because I am a Clevelander, don't want to happen.
All right, Jose. Thank you, sir.
Gracias. Gracias, amigo.
All right. Next up.
Wow. Okay. You are going to be JB Bickerstaff.
Okay.
You're going to be JB Bickerstaff.
Right. Let's go.
And you're going to tell me why this Cleveland Cavaliers team is going to get out of the first round of the playoffs this year.
Because it's a progression. Think about it. All great teams have had their hearts ripped out of them in the NBA playoffs. Remember the Detroit Pistons? They couldn't get past Bernard King and the New York Knicks.
Yes.
You remember the Detroit Pistons at one time they couldn't get past Larry Bird and the Celtics. That same team couldn't beat the LA Lakers at first.
That's right.
And what happened? Detroit beat them all. And we got like the same makeup because we got 2 small guards. But we make up for that because we got Jared Allen. And he has improved way last year. Nobody really gives him props. And everybody called him soft as silly putty last year. But this year, dude has made amends. Now, of course, we got to get Donovan healthy. That's a big key. So, hey, we just got to let the chips fall where they may.
Now, JB, you've been criticized by local media and some national as well with some of your rotations and such. Do you feel like these last 13 games you're going to be able to get some of that figured out before heading to the playoffs? Or are these injuries been so hard to overcome that it's still going to be patchwork up into the playoffs? Or do you think, or like I said, do you think you can get that down and be positive in the playoffs knowing that you have a set rotation?
If you can tell me if Mobley coming back, and if you can tell me if Donovan coming back, I'm going to be 100%. Those are like the main 2 key cogs. And look, I also lost Dean Wade and Max Strus too.
Yeah.
So 3/5 of my starting lineup is out. 3/5. Imagine all the injuries that we've lost players, the injuries this year. My whole starting lineup has been out one time or another this season. But hey, I'm doing it with patchwork tape, and we're going to be ready come April for the playoffs.
One last question. If you happen to face the New York Knicks, you're not going to let Josh Hart get 19 rebounds again, are you?
Hell no. At least I can say that. Now that's up to Jared Allen and the guys. And now you got to remember, we got Tristan Thompson and we got Marcus Morris. So that shit shouldn't be happening.
Okay.
Or else somebody ought to knock Josh Hart in his neck and knock him on the ground. We got to take it back old school. If we got to be the bad boys, got to be the bad boys. But we got to get past the first round.
Well, we thank you, JB, for joining All About Sports 216. And all Clevelanders can rest assured tonight that you want some physical toughness and you ain't taking no crap from anybody, especially from New York.
Exactly. Watch us go to Minnesota and beat Minnesota.
Okay.
I understand they got Anthony Edwards, but he's only one man.
Okay. Well, good luck, JB, and the rest of the Cavs the rest of the way.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right.
See,
that was fun.
You took the JB one right out of my mouth.
Oh, did I? I'm sorry. I did not.
Check out. That's why I started laughing when you said JB.
Oh.
I said, oh, man. But anyway, let's see. Who are you going to be for this second one? Let's see. You're going to be Donovan Mitchell.
Oh, nice.
Donovan, when you coming back, buddy?
Well, this whole nasal nose thing, they say about a week. But you know what? I'm gonna be back. I'm I've shown throughout the season and my commitment to this team. I'm a dog. I can score. I want to score. I want to be the man. I got to get some chemistry with Darius moving forward. This whole Cavs team, I look upon myself as being an elite player in the league, and I don't want to shy away from having those expectations. But what do elite players do? They win ball games, they win series, they move on in the playoffs. I'm so disappointed in what happened last year with this team and losing in the first round, and I don't want that taste to be in my mouth again this year. And especially with my mouth being the scents being so out there because my nose I can't really smell, so I don't want that taste in my mouth. So we gotta get going, and we're gonna have some fun, and we're gonna win some ball games, and we're gonna do it for the city of Cleveland.
Now, Donovan, Jared Allen has come along in the fight with you. What is it going to take for you to get Darius to join you?
Well, Darius, see, that's the misconception. I'm with him obviously all the time, and I see him behind the scenes that you guys don't see him with. And he's a dog. And he's known that his play has been a little bit inconsistent. But I think that as he gets back in the swing of things, and he's got to be that guy that is he's set more where he's scoring 20 points or we talk about this 25 and 30 that that I sometimes have to score to win games, and that's not a bad thing. You look at the way the NBA is, and having your top guy score 30 and the next guy score 25 20 points. Look at LeBron and Kyrie. And there's nothing wrong with having a formula where your backcourt is leading the team. And one thing about Jared Allen, and I'm glad you mentioned him because he has been a dog all season. I think you could argue that he's been our team MVP when it comes to holding the glue together. And he gets his double doubles, but when he's getting those 20 rebound games, especially, those are games that we have to capitalize on. And I have to do a better job of finding him more and feeding him, and Darius does as well. And I think the three of us, and especially with Isaac Okoro getting better, and we have plenty of pieces and parts, and we're going to figure it out. And but yeah, I think we'll be fine.
Thank you, Donovan, and come back soon. Recover first.
Thank you.
Come back soon.
Hey, Cleveland, let them know, and we will.
Yes, sir.
All right, Keith. Gosh, now who are you gonna be? Sometimes I have preset who it's gonna be, but sometimes I like to wing it to see how the show's going and everything. I know who you're going to be. You're gonna be Chase DeLauder. All right, Chase.
I'm about to be pissed off.
Yeah, well, you don't have to be. All right, Chase DeLauder, you are a top prospect for the Cleveland Guardians. You are murdering the ball in the Cactus League in spring training. What is it going to be like if you don't make the opening day club come Cleveland? Because it's not set in stone yet, but more than likely indications are you're going to be in the minors starting out. So what is your mindset, and how can you get to Cleveland as fast as possible to help the Cleveland Guardians in 2024?
Well, it will be disappointing, but I'll just have to keep on grinding and keep on working and just keep working to get better and solve some chinks or weaknesses in my game apparently they may see if they do send me down. Hopefully they don't send me down because I got a lot to offer the Guardians. But if they do send me down, I'm just going to keep working hard until they bring me back up. And then I'm not going back down.
Nice. I love that answer. I love the confidence because I do think the organization is very high on you. So what is it about, being in Cleveland that excites you about this upcoming season? Because I do think that you're going to be a big part of it in some way, shape, or form. It's when you come up, like you said, you're going to come up and you're going to stay up. But what is it about this team looking forward that excites you, that thinks, you know what, we can be a player this year in 2024?
First, we're in the AL Central, so nobody's really ahead of anybody for real. And really, two, those blue seats. I want to see those new blue seats. And honestly, we got a team where our pitching staff is strong.
Yeah. And
think about if my bat is in that lineup that can help Jose out, help Jimenez out, help Brothers Naylor out, we'll really have something special.
That's right. Well, I love the confidence that, like I said, you seem to exude confidence. You've been tearing the ball.
And this is a new era now with new manager Stephen Vogt. He's a good guy and everything. So, hey, we can make things happen.
Do you want to win Rookie of the Year?
Hell yeah. Who don't?
Okay.
Who don't? I want to be the Rookie of the Year, the MVP, and I want to be one of the reasons why the Guardians came back and took their rightful place of supremacy of the AL Central.
Well, we will leave it there. Wow, those are strong statements, strong words from Chase DeLauder in Guardians, I should say. I sometimes slip up, but Guardians, top prospect and somebody to be reckoned with in 2024. It's just a matter of time, but hopefully that time is not that long, because I think with the way you've been showing your bat in spring and also to your glove,
Yes.
I think you're a solid ball player, and I can't wait to see you in Cleveland in 2024.
Hey, I can't wait to be in Cleveland in 2024.
Let's go. You got me fired up. Wow. Keith, I love it. I love our role play. I love it. I love that. That's fun stuff.
Yes, foreplay, role play. If it's any players y'all want us to do,
then let us know. Yeah,
let us know. Hit us up. Let us know. Definitely. Man, Chase DeLauder thing. I can't wait to see that guy.
I know.
Honestly. Because, to be honest, I was hyped when I seen the Brothers Naylor.
Yep.
I like Jimenez, but shortstop. Ooh,
I like Rocchio at short, I think.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know.
And honestly, if you ain't going to put DeLauder out there, so you might as well put Freeman out there. At least I know Freeman got some stick.
Well, can't Freeman play second and put Jimenez at short?
Can do that too.
Okay, see, I like that. But then, like you said, you can move Freeman to the outfield. I'm okay with that because, like I said, the outfield, when it comes to competing, especially offensively, that's an upgrade over what we're going to be putting.
Right, exactly. So, hey, Freeman should be in the starting lineup then. If that's
right, I agree. I do agree with that.
He should be in the starting lineup. If he can't play short, put him at second, put him in as short, and go from there. Because it don't look like Arias or Rocchio is ready.
I know that's the thing.
Rocchio batting like 150 in spring training, and Arias batting like 145 in spring training.
Yeah, that's not good. Especially with the air out there, there's no reason why you should be batting that low.
Right.
You should have inflated numbers, if nothing else. Not.
It's like make sense. But anyway, this will conclude this week's show, All About Sports 216. Damn, that hour and 10 minutes went quick. Anyway, like I said, subscribe to the Allen Viz Media 2 YouTube channel. Subscribe to that. Also, this podcast will be on Spotify as well. Yes. Under All About Sports 216. And root on the Lady Vikings if you're watching, because their game about to start. They're in the NIT. Unfortunately, the men didn't make the cut. But there's next year. There's next year. And let's go Cleveland Browns. Keep making them interesting signings. Do you have enough room for another linebacker or another defensive end?
I hope they do.
If they do, cool. If not, address it in the draft.
And
everything. And as far as the Cavs, get some consistency going, because
that's good. That's right.
Get some consistency going. JB, I know you can do it. I know you can pull it out of them. Yes. You changed the culture. You've changed to where it was a more bound organization.
Yeah, I think he's done more. I think for the Cleveland Cavaliers, which I think
he's done more than what he gets credit for.
Yeah, yes. I'm glad you said organization instead of just on the court, because I think it's been more than just on the court. It's been organization.
Yes. So JB, got to get that together. Hopefully, y'all get it right in Minnesota. Watch, like I said, they'll beat Minnesota and get killed in Miami.
I know. South Beach flu coming.
You can't make this stuff up. And to those of you that are watching on Twitch, oh my God, that's another
YouTube.
thing I got here. YouTube, watching on, that's another
X.
one I got. X.
Yep.
And watching on, oh my God, that's another one. I can't remember what the other one is.
But if you're watching, you found it.
And you're watching on Facebook and you found it. Good for you all. Hope you enjoyed the show. But I need y'all to start commenting more, because your comments count. And we like the comments. The show thrives on the comments and your takes. Feel free to do that. We're an interactive show. We respond to the comments immediately.
Yeah, but call me an idiot. It's okay. It's okay.
Yes,
whatever you want to say. Whatever you want to say.
And subscribe to the Allen Viz Media 2 YouTube channel as well. We need all the support that we can get. Also, be sure to always also check out the We Like Sports show. That'll be coming on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. as it's me, Ed, Vince, the Stiller fan, Casey
CJ.
Sometimes, CJ. Also, check out next week. It's going to be all about baseball next week, as we're going to have CJ on All About Sports 216, because he is a baseball coach in the Senate League, and he'll tell us who he has winning the Senate League. And we'll do like we did with the football when we had our standings and everything. So we'll have our standing. Well, we ain't going to have the standings how many wins and losses, because I'm not about to do that.
We'll just say who's going to win.
In what place or teams will place and everything and stuff like that. So it will be an interesting week next week. It'll be coming on Thursday at 6 p.m. because they'll be in the Sweet 16 rounds in the NCAA tournament. And we'll wonder what the Cavs will be doing by then also. And let's see, the Browns might sign somebody new. Make another splash, because there's still other people out there. Still, Jadeveon Clowney's still out there, even though I don't think he's coming back here. But Chase Young got signed too, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. But
he did. But there's still some people out there. And plus, we'll also be getting ready for the draft pretty soon. Ain't that something?
Yeah.
Wow. And
Time
Eclipse is coming. Opening day will be the 8th. And actually, next week, the regular season starts for the Guardians. They take on the Oakland. Is they playing in Oakland?
I think they are.
Yeah. Oakland letting them play in Oakland?
I think they are. They got
I thought the A's.
I think this is the last season there, and then they're going to be moving somewhere else. I think.
Going to be seeing plenty of green seats.
Yeah, talk to him.
You know what'll be funny though? This will be the last year, and the A's actually do something this year.
Yeah, no, the right. Exactly. Yep.
That's how it always works out. And
Always
everything.
works
It
out.
always works out like that. But anyway, this your man Keith Allen, my man Ed in Columbus. And we are signing out here for All About Sports 216. Wait a minute. I got to do one thing. I take this last caption out so I don't be looking crazy on the board at the end and everything. Everybody have a good weekend. Enjoy the tournament games. If your bracket is smashed, don't take it out on your loved ones. And also, for those of y'all, don't threaten our basketball coach over the gambling stuff. Forgot to mention that. Don't do that. That shit ain't cool. Maybe if you stop gambling and maybe take care of your kids or take care of your responsibilities, you wouldn't be in that predicament. But don't threaten JB. That shit ain't cool. That shit ain't cool. Somebody is threatening him and his kids and his family's life.
Damn.
It's like, how sick can you get?
Yeah, don't ask that question because the answer you're not gonna like.
Man, this world is fucked up. But anyway, till next Thursday or till Tuesday, when you see us on the We Like Sports show. This is Keith Allen,
Ed in Columbus,
and we'll see you soon. Peace out. All About Sports 216 signing off.
For the love of the sport,
Love, man.
we the real McCoys, running the full court.
Yeah.
We in it for the love of the sport.
Ain't that right?
We the real McCoys from the AFC North.
Smash
We
mouth,
in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys, running the full court. We in it for the love of the
Press,
sport.
man.
We the real McCoys from the AFC North. We in it for the love of the sport.
Love, man.
We the real McCoys, running the full court.
Yeah.
We in it for the love of the sport.
Ain't that right?
We the real McCoys from the AFC North.
Smash mouth,
We in
baby.
it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys, running the full court. We in it for the love